Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most sought-after hidden gem singles and albums to be printed on vinyl.
It's just the wasted years so close behind.
Number 10. Monster Movie, Can. The debut album of krautrock pioneers, Can was undoubtedly too experimental for mainstream distribution.
Went to see Contrary Mary.
But the upstart label Music Factory took a chance on Monster Movie, pressing 500 records to spark interest from a bigger company. The intriguing tagline, "Made in a castle with better equipment," must have helped. The album was re-released by Liberty Records to high praise for the band's avant-garde groove and scope.
I do you do right. I do
Monster Movie can now be heard in many formats, but serious enthusiasts are tempted by Music Factory's privately distributed initial press. One of the few copies floating around can cost thousands.
You are here and there, where, everywhere, with your mind.
There are obviously cheaper ways to enjoy this piece of German music history, but some feel that being part of it is worth the money. Number 9. Let's Shake Hands and Lafayette Blues, The White Stripes. True to their modern twist on old-school blues and punk, The White Stripes released their first two singles on vinyl. Let's Shake Hands and Lafayette Blues were both recorded in the married duo's living room, then released by Italy Records with 1,000 copies each. The former's press on red vinyl and the latter's on white played into the band's initial peppermint aesthetic, but the songs only appeared on the Japanese edition of their namesake debut album the following year.
Wait a second here in the air. Jump up and let me know when you're there, baby. Let's shake hands.
And only Let's Shake Hands appears on the White Stripes Soul compilation album. The single's original pressings have become valuable collectibles, selling for hundreds individually. What blues does the person who can afford that have to sing about?
Let's shake hands. Oh, baby, let's shake hands.
Number 8. Would You Believe? Billy Nicholls. At just 19 years old, Billy Nicholls achieved stardom among psychedelia fans with his debut masterpiece, Would You Believe?
Would you believe I loved you yesterday? I had the words to say.
Unfortunately, it took years to expand that cult following, as Immediate Records only printed 100 copies for a promotional release. It wasn't until 1998 when Nicholls remastered and widely distributed the album through his personal label, Southwest.
Life is short and you won't even talk to me. Girl, I know it.
Immediate's scarce first pressing of Would You Believe are still out there and can cost upward of $4,000. The kicker is that the label eventually re-released the vinyl, which is available on streaming, along with the remastered version.
Don't tell her she is lost.
But would you believe that there are still collectors who want to get their hands on a first edition? Number 7. Banana Sticker debut album, The Velvet Underground and Nico. Eccentric artist Andy Warhol did dominate much of the production of the Velvet Underground's debut album, down to recruiting his muse, Nico, on vocals.
Please put down your hands, 'cause I see you.
He even prominently displayed his signature on a print of a banana that adorned the cover on a sticker. When peeled off, it cleverly revealed a peeled banana. The delayed release and subversive nature of the album made it a tough sell.
Sunday morning brings the dawning.
Thankfully, the acclaim was enough for the Velvet Underground to blast into the mainstream on one of the most important rock albums of its time. This added to the value of its failed first run, which can now sell for thousands.
I honestly don't think these things could have occurred without Andy. I don't know if we would have gotten the contract if he hadn't said he'd do the cover, or if Nico wasn't so beautiful.
Ironically, that value drops when you dare to look at Warhol's unique hidden art. Number 6. God Save the Queen, A&M Edition, Sex Pistols.
God save the Queen! The fascist regime!
The British music industry wasn't exactly thrilled by the Sex Pistols' anthem for Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee. The American label A&M didn't seem to mind God Save the Queen. Nonetheless, the single was met with such intense backlash that most of the 25,000 records were destroyed. Virgin Records picked up where A&M left off, and God Save the Queen was reappraised as a staple of British punk. Now collectors are willing to drop a fortune on one of the few surviving copies of the A&M Edition. In 2024, one was auctioned off for over £24,000. All we want to know about this anonymous bidder is if they knew about the song's comments about wealth. Number 5. The Black Album. Prince. Imagine Warner Bros.' skepticism when the mighty Prince proposed an album that would be printed in a black sleeve with no title or even credits. Even more shocking was when he personally cancelled the commercial release the week prior.
Pack the house, then try to sing. There won't be no one left. Own it.
A devout Jehovah's Witness, Prince believed that his sexually charged art conjured an evil he didn't want to unleash on the world. Some of those who obtained a limited promotional vinyl were inclined to believe him with funk this eerie.
All the girls and all the boys, get close. Have no fear.
Warner Bros. Finally released the so-called Black Album 7 years later, but the promotional LP is still out there. There does seem to be something sinister about paying up to $27,000 for a copy.
What's your fantasy? Hot thing. Do you wanna play with me?
Number 4. Caustic Window. Caustic Window. Aphex Twin is only the most recognizable of the many stage names used by EDM icon Richard David James. Caustic Window was gaining some traction with a series of EPs and singles when the project was expected to culminate in a full album in 1996. Unfortunately, the release was ultimately cancelled for unclear reasons following a 1994 test press. 2 decades later, one of the records was purchased on Discogs for $13,500, then remastered for digital distribution through Reflex Records and a Kickstarter campaign.
Stop making that big face!
Now James's fans can easily enjoy Caustic Window's lost LP. Good luck scoring the original vinyl when Minecraft creator Marcus Persson bought it on eBay for over $46,000. Number 3. My Happiness. That's where your heartaches begin. Elvis Presley. In the summer of 1953, some talented teen coughed up $4 to record an acetate single at the Memphis recording service.
I don't know what it is you see in this boy.
Elvis Presley went on to become one of the biggest musicians of all time. He did several more covers of That's When Your Heartaches Begin, the B-side of the demo that started it all.
That's when your heartaches begin.
But he never revisited the A-side, a rendition of My Happiness.
My happiness.
The record lay dormant at Graceland until it was auctioned off in 2015 for $300,000. The anonymous buyer was revealed to be rock star Jack White, when his label Third Man Records issued a single of the King's first recording.
There's 2 things you need to know. I'm the king. And number 2 is, look out, man! Look at that, they're coming at you. You see that? It's called karate, man, and only 2 kinds of people know.
He paid a pretty penny to keep the original all to himself. Number 2. Do I Love You? Indeed I Do. Frank Wilson. Not just an esteemed songwriter and producer, Frank Wilson began his career at Motown as a performer. He ultimately decided to work behind the scenes after recording Do I Love You? Indeed I Do for a demo single. The label's head, Barry Gordy, had all but about 5 of the 250 records destroyed. In the UK, one copy was bought in 1997 for £15,000, and another was auctioned off in 2009 for over £25,000.
$200,000. $210,000. $220,000. $220. $230, thank you.
Luckily for soul fans, Wilson's Do I Love You is readily available on compilation albums. It also enjoyed a mainstream resurgence through a 2022 cover by Bruce Springsteen.
All you have to do is ask, I'll give them till there's nothing left.
Still, the original demo remains a legend within the genre.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. That'll Be the Day. In spite of all the danger, the Quarrymen. There's a good chance that the Quarrymen would have faded into history if they didn't evolve into the Beatles.
I'm John. Paul. Want a beer? I'd love a tea. Is there any tea left, please?
There's no tea left, John.
As it is, their most obscure recording is one of the most valuable singles ever. The A-side features a cover of Buddy Holly's That'll Be the Day.
Say you're gonna leave, you know the line, 'cause that'll be the day when I die.
The B-side, In Spite of All the Danger, was the first ever recording of a song written by Paul McCartney. These tracks have since been widely released, but only one copy of the original single was printed. In 2004, Record Collector magazine valued McCartney's 1981 private remasterings at £10,000 each. The original was valued at £100,000. If you're a die-hard collector hoping to see that in circulation, well, that'll be the day. Which vinyl record are you willing to break the bank for? Drop the needle in the comments.